I'm having a good day. I'm ready to play some Satisfactory. Let me turn sound back on here. Right there. Oh, and I am immediately being irradiated. That's a good start to the day. Okay, I should probably get out of this radiation. Thought I logged out not in radiation. Maybe the radiation spread while I was here. But good to see all you wonderful folks. We are actually getting pretty darn close to the end of this playthrough Satisfactory, which is pretty awesome because I think I am close to actually beating the game, beating at least what's currently available in the game. We just have to complete this phase 4 objective. Last time we finished getting nuclear waste taken care of, and we're getting coupons from all that. So puns at the start of the stream are the best puns. I guess so. I guess there's in this chat there are no bad puns, I feel like. But I hope everyone's having a good day. We're gonna jump right into working on stuff. I think the first thing I want to do is actually get the phase 4 items temporarily automated. The plan being that I'm gonna work on some crazy big train project because 4,000 of 2 of the items and 1,000 of another 2 items is gonna take a while. So I wonder if I'm gonna need more power for one of these things. I think nuclear pasta uses the particle accelerator, and hopefully we have enough power for all this. At least the puns are satisfactory. You can't make a pun about the pun using the pun that you already punned. I don't think that's allowed. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not allowed. So here's the thing. The temporary build I want to do for, oh god, immediate autosave right as we get started. For this thing is, since we're going to be putting these items into the space elevator here, I'm probably just going to build a little platform here. On this platform is where we're going to feed the items we need from our storage here. And that's how we're going to do complete phase 4 here. So let me turn on Zoop mode. Pieboy would allow it. True. I have no counter argument to that, except that Pieboy allows all puns. So I don't know if that's a good enough reasoning to allow it. All right, so we'll make a little temporary, because everything is temporary. Platform here, a temporary platform where we're just gonna send all of these items to be turned into the final space elevator items. And it's gonna take a long time for these to build. I have a feeling it might be multiple streams for all these things to build. And because of that, I have a project idea to work on. I was thinking about last night, like, what am I gonna work on while I wait for all this stuff to get done? And I think what I would like to work on is trains. Even if they won't be super useful for this playthrough, the next time I play Satisfactory, which I will 100% come back to this game again as they add more and finish the game and all that, I want to do a more extensive train build. Shogi majored in defending of Christmas. You minored in defending in puns. Really? Is Pieboy your professor? Pieboy was your professor of puns? That would be my guess. What's up, Shogi? What game have you been playing, Shogi? Inan said he played some Factorio. So that's pretty awesome. I wonder if there's any good games you've been playing lately. Alright, so let's see here. I'm probably just gonna do one machine for each of these different items is probably what I'm gonna do. Can I go over one more space here? It overlaps there, so let's not do that. Let's see here. So we go. I know a blender is needed for one of these guys. You haven't played anything this week, honestly? Okay, okay. Okay, well, it's none of these items, so I don't need a blender for any of this stuff. Okay. How about an assembler? Assembler is one of the items? Ah, I will need an assembler for this tube. Okay, okay. Alright, well, this one's pretty simple. This guy is just adaptive control units and supercomputers. So that one's easy. Let's see here. I think it might be manufacturers for most of these things, I'm guessing. Well, I started rereading Dune the other day. So that's what I've been doing when I'm not gaming or streaming or singing, is I've been reading Dune, rereading that classic sci-fi thing here. Okay, so 2 of the items: magnetic generator. This guy, okay, and the nuclear pasta is the last thing. Okay, so this guy needs items that are already made. This guy needs... Okay, these both need items that have all already been made. Okay. So let's do this guy here. I'm just going to have a bunch of temporary... I keep saying temporary builds for all this. I want to watch... the new Dune movie. It's not that new anymore. A couple months ago, but I want to watch that, so I'm rereading the book. Which I feel like rereading the book before watching the movie is probably a good way to make the movie not seem as good, but it's been many years since I've read Dune. Okay, so those guys. And then the last thing that we're going to need will be the production will be the particle accelerator. So this will be the last thing we make. Okay. Somewhere around... Do I have power near me? Yes, I do. Okay. I want to get a better view on this. Right about there. Looks good. Temporary, I know, right? Temporary. Everything is temporary. Alright, let's see. Nuclear pasta. Yeah, so I will need to make the pressure conversion cubes. And copper powder. Is it a constructor? And this uses the modular frame things. Okay. Alright, needs 200 copper powder a minute. So let's do the easy ones first. These guys that we'll need 4,000 of. Actually, I guess the other thing would be, how many does it do a minute? 0.75 a minute, 1 per minute, 1 per minute, and 0.5 per minute. So this is the slowest one. So I should actually get this one started first, because it's going to take the longest. So let's get this guy started first. Of all my temporary builds, this is the most temporary of all temporariness. The most temporary of temporariness. This is the output. I have this backwards. Okay. So it would be Q. Particle accelerator. It's interesting. Talking about Dune, the book. It's one of the few books that I know that seems like it spoils itself from the beginning. There's a character. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't read or watched the movie. But there's a character who's a traitor, and they tell you from the very beginning that he's a traitor, right up until the point when he betrays the people he's betraying. And I'm always like, so strange that they just tell you right off the bat. Most authors would use that as a, point of conflict, Like, oh, I wonder who the traitor is, and the author's like, nope, this guy's the traitor. They don't know who it is, but you do. And that's strange. Thanks for telling me, I guess. Okay. Here we go. Alright, that's going to make this. And this will be the pressure conversion cubes. There. And I'm going to have to make copper powder. 50 per minute, so I'll need 2 copper powder guys here. I don't know. Are there other authors who will just tell you right off the bat who the trader is in their book? Because I always found that strange in Dune. Alright, copper powder. Oh, and I need copper ingots. Wow, 300 a minute. Alright, I think I might need a dedicated thing for this. There's going to be 600 copper ingots a minute for these things. Okay. So we're going to do a merger. Right in the middle of this guy right there. Need more than one machine for each. More than one machine of what? This is, oh, you mean for these things? No, I'm not going to make these any faster. I'm going to do one machine each. This is... I don't care that it's going to be slow. This is going to take multiple streams to finish. I don't care that it's 0.5 per minute. We can calculate that's going to be 2,000 minutes. Whatever 2,000 minutes is. And these guys over here, one of these is 1 per minute. That's going to be 4,000 minutes. I could overclock them too if I want to. What is 2,000 times divided by 60? 33 hours. So that's like 5 more streams actually. Yeah. Maybe I'll have this run off stream or something. But we're gonna let this go slowly. You've only seen the movies, never the books. It's starting the book with you know this guy, he's a traitor, deal with it. That's kind of how it starts, yeah. Okay, fuse modular frames. And it's probably going to take longer than that because I probably don't even have enough of these items, so it's gonna take a while. It's probably going to take a couple more weeks to finish this unless I let it run off stream. We'll see if I do that or not. So fuse modular frames are radio control units. Let's get those. I'm going to be using all these items like multiple places probably. We'll just do it this way. Alright, so this will go up here, and I'll run a splitter off the thing. That guy there. And let's do a splitter right here. Again, temporary build, that's totally not going to be temporary. There's just going to be a bunch of spaghetti that I don't care about. Really is what there's going to be. Alright, so that's going to be the fuse modular frames, which I'll have a splitter go off to someplace else that needs these. Let's go see where the other place that needs these. That one needs them. Does this guy need them? This guy does not need them. This guy does not need them, so it's just this right here. So just split this guy off here. This is just going to be a bunch of spaghetti for all this stuff. And I'm going to be fine with it because it's all temporary, everybody. Everything is temporary. Alright, so that'll be the fuse modular frames. Okay. And then the other thing that this guy needs is radio control units. Okay. Which is also down here somewhere. Radio control units. Right here. Alright, those are coming down here, and I'm sure those will also be needed in another place. So we'll run this to a splitter. Okay. Where else do the radio control units need to go? Are they also in here? not there. Not there. And not there. Oh, maybe I only need these in one place. Okay. Maybe you need radio control units. You just need copper dust, right? Copper powder. Okay. So I actually only need radio control units in one place, and that's right here. Okay, cool. That makes it easier. Okay. This. And this. Look how totally not spaghetti this is. It's totally not spaghetti, everybody. Alright, so I'm going to need 600 copper a minute for this build. 600 copper a minute. How do I want to do that? I don't want to steal from my factory's copper production. So, how am I going to go about getting 600 copper a minute without stealing from my other stuff? There's probably copper out here somewhere. Let's see. Let's get everything else plugged in, and then we'll figure that out. Just get the stuff started that I can get started, I guess. Although that's the one that's going to be the slowest, isn't it? So I wanted to get this guy started early. It's fine, it's fine. Let's get everything else plugged in first. Going out to get other stuff is going to take a while. Alright, so we have the fused modular frames. We need cooling systems, turbo motors, and modular engines. Anything else need to these things? That's different stuff. Okay, looks like each of these takes different items. Okay, so modular engines, turbo motors, and cooling systems. Okay. This is cooling systems, yep. This guy. That's going over that direction, so we'll turn you that way. So that's the cooling systems. Turbo motors were needed for that guy. This is gonna be... We're gonna end with one final bang of all spaghetti. Mom spaghetti. This is just gonna be all spaghetti for this last part. That's that. And it was one other thing here. What was it? One of these other turbo motors? What is this? Modular engines, I believe is this guy. Finish this run with a bang with the most spaghetti of all spaghettis. How do you practice voice? Can I give some recommendations? Yeah, the best way is to take voice lessons. If you don't want to pay for voice lessons or can't afford to take voice lessons, one-on-one lessons are by far the best way to learn to sing better. But if that's not an option, there's probably some good YouTube channels out there. I mean, I wouldn't recommend voice lessons through YouTube, but what I will say is I learned to beatbox for gigs through YouTube videos. So there's probably some good YouTube things out there. I don't know any particular ones to say this is one you should use. And again, private voice lessons are always going to be the best way. Find somebody who teaches a style that you want to learn, whether it's classical or popular or jazz. And that's what I would suggest. But another thing that some people do to be self-taught is they find an artist they really like and they just sing along with them. Again, it's not going to be ever as good as just taking private lessons, because private instructors can give you tools to more quickly and efficiently learn to do exactly what you want to do. There are things that basically every style of singing should learn to do. Is this cooling systems? Is that right? Yes. And that is breath support, learning how to breathe, and strangely, the first thing that most voice teachers will teach you is how to breathe correctly. How to breathe and support a sound, a vocal production sound. So I can give you some basics of that. Seems a little weird to do that on a stream like this, but I could if you'd like. What do we got? Turbo motors, cooling systems, fused modular frames, modular engines. You can pitch match, but your tone sucks. Tone production has a lot to do with how you produce your sound. Okay, it's autosave. Has to do with your vocal cords. They're two slabs of meat in your throat called your vocal cords or your vocal folds, and they kind of come together like I've heard it compared to as a string or like a double reed instrument. And so learning to control the amount of tension or pressure you put on them can change your tone. So if you want a breathy tone, you let them be very loose and you go, ah, that's like a breathy, jazzy sound. You usually don't want to sing that way because you let too much air out. You don't get a good, efficient tone. If you get too tight and you go, you get like a gravelly rock sound, you know. What you want to find is a balance, something in the middle, like how you speak. An exercise that one of my voice teachers would do is you go, ha, ha, where you kind of shut your vocal cords together, and then you release it till you get sound. Ha, and you find a balance where it's not tight and it's not breathy and loose, but it's ha, a good relaxed, has pressure on it, but it's light and easy. So that's one exercise you can do to try to find a better tone, is play with the amount of pressure on your vocal cords, the tightness, how much pressure and point they have to putting them together. They teach you how to empty your wallet. Well, find a good teacher that's not going to screw you over. Supercomputers and adaptive control units. There's just a basic beginner thing on how to work on tone. Like I said, you really need a private instructor if you really want to improve, because everybody's voice is different, everybody's body is different. What works for you might not work for somebody else. What works for somebody else might be perfect for you, you know? Okay, so this is adaptive control units for this guy. The stuff I'm just doing, one of the things that I found most useful when I worked with voice teachers is modeling. So if you work with a teacher who is in a similar voice type to you, and you want to find a good way to produce sound, you let them be a model for you, and you copy them, basically. Or if you don't have a voice teacher, find a singer who has a sound you like, and use them as your model. You know, you listen to them. It'll be hard to, you know, you won't be able to talk to some famous singer and say, how do you make this sound? Which is why, again, nothing's ever gonna replace private instruction for efficiency of learning something new, like singing. But listening and copying is a really good way to learn something. You have to be careful with that, because if they're doing something that's, you know, like a heavy metal singer who's doing some screamy stuff that could be quite damaging, you don't want to do that without training, because you could seriously hurt your voice. But if you like, say you like the crooners, like Frank Sinatra or something, you could absolutely listen and try to copy that sound to get, you know, come fly with me, let's fly away. Try to, like, you know, copy their sound. That's one way to kind of learn. A model like Derek Zoolander. There you go. A model, idiot. That's right. All right, this is Versatile Framework, Electromagnetic Control Rods. Are you going to tell me how bad of a you-Googleizer I am? A what? A you-Googly. That's what you say at somebody's funeral. You're going to tell me how bad I am a you-Googleizer, like I am a bad model? How could you say such horrible things about me, Matilda? Oh, Hansel, he's so hot right now. He's so hot right now. A you-Googleizer? Somebody who you-Googleizes at funerals? Or did you not? Did you think I was too stupid to know what a you-Googly was? Alright, so that is Versatile Frameworks. Okay. Electromagnetic Control Rods. They're the farthest away. You want to do metal singing? Then I would look up. I've actually looked at this a little bit. Is that what you want to do? There's a method of singing called, well, a method of vocal production called, I think it's called distortion. I saw a YouTube video or something about it, where a teacher, who might have a YouTube channel if you want to look into this, is teaching, I think he called it vocal distortion, which basically was a method of singing, you know, that kind of screamy mode, but that is not doing horrible things to your voice. I can't comment on if it's good or not, but I would be very careful with going like that, with stuff like that, because you could very, very easily hurt your voice if you're not careful. That was, what did I just get? That was electromagnetic control rods, so I need batteries, I think was the last thing. So that's one thing I will say is, anything you're doing going by like YouTube or something where you don't have a one-on-one teacher, be very careful, because you can definitely do damage if you are not careful. So always err on the side of vocal health and safety. This is such a mess. This final spaghetti project is such a mess. Earth to Matilda. Can we stop with all the Earth twos? We don't actually think we're calling you from outer space, right? Hello. Stupid movie. That's so dumb. Metal singing depends on a microphone. Trying to project that noise will kill your voice. Hey, there's another person who knows singing. What's up, Director Matthew? I would say a lot of styles of singing, most styles of pop singing are relying on you having a microphone to amplify it. There's only a few styles of singing that I would say you're learning to project without a microphone. Operatic, classical singing is one. Potentially jazz singing, although jazz singing probably often has a microphone as well. I don't know, maybe choral singing, but choral singing is basically the same as classical singing. So, well, there's a different style of choral singing probably. There's even different styles in the choral world, so. But yeah, metal singing is, I do not have knowledge about that, so I would not even begin to tell you how to go about learning to do that safely or healthily. I don't know if there is a way to do it safely or healthily, but there are people who have done it for years, so there's probably a way to do it safely and healthily. I just couldn't tell you what that way would be, or who could tell you. I just remember seeing one teacher talk about that vocal distortion technique that I mentioned. Alright, this guy I have go straight across here. I'm gonna get all the outputs set up for these guys, and then we'll figure out inputs. How are you doing, by the way, Director Matthew? You read about how Sinatra and those crooners developed that sound because mics let them be heard over a big band? Well, what's interesting is I feel like the type of singing that Sinatra and, you know, Dean Martin and all those guys did, it bears some decent similarities to actual classical singing, I think. They support in similar ways. Their vocal production is not like breathy like a jazz singer. It's fully articulated, or what is the word when your vocal cords come together? Actuated. There's an A word that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. But I feel like they share a lot of similarities with, you know, operatic singers. They probably were trained in similar ways, would be my guess. It's back in the day. Whatever vocal training was, probably had a lot of crossover. You're doing well, drinking coffee and watching Rand. Sounds like a good day. Good end of the day. I'm doing temporary builds. So, Okay, alright. So let me see here. So we need power to these guys. I'm probably just going to start turning these things on even before I get copper for this. This spaghetti's giving you anxiety. Don't watch the stream, Shogi. It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt you. Don't worry, it's temporary. I promise, it's so completely temporary. Let's get a power line. Here's one. Don't worry, I promise it's temporary. I forgot my air quotes when I said that, though. I'm just gonna let these things get started, then I have to go get the copper for the other guy. Okay. This guy here for that. 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 And that. Alright, now I need to bring 600 copper a minute to these two guys. Do I ever watch streamers myself? You like Hikaru Nakamura? I do rarely, every once in a while. When I watch streamers, I'm usually watching people who are playing a game that I like to watch but not play. League of Legends is probably the main game I watch streamers play. But I actually watch competitive League more than I watch actual streamers stream it, though. Alright, so 600 copper a minute. Probably the closest place I could get copper would be out this way that I haven't already started mining. And I don't want to pull again for my cookie thing. After I get like a temporary source of copper, I'm probably going to work on a train station build, because we're just going to take a long time for all this to be built. So let me do a scan for copper ore looking this way. 600 copper a minute I need. Yeah, that one's already, we've already got that one. Got that one. Got that one. Anything else out this way? Give me nothing. Give me nothing out there. Something's crawling around over here. I wonder if there's any copper over here. Okay, that creepy crawly sound is giving me the creepy crawlies. What is that sound? Who's making that? It's like right above or below me. Are there spiders? Y'all hear that? There's something crawling like right next to me. I don't know what that sound was, but it was freaking me out. All right. God, I really don't want to steal from my own copper. What if we have a pure copper here. If I maxed out this copper, I wonder how much a minute we could get from that and split it off from there. Can never escape the spiders? Yeah, you're right. Because I think I have a Mark III miner. I wonder if I could put a splitter right on a Mark III miner and get more copper. Enough, and split it in such a way that I can belt it. Something that's useful. Because I think I can make a Mark III miner. I believe I unlocked that. Hikaru is an amazing chess player. He's tip-top. Oh, that's cool. Did you just see a Stargate? There are... the highest level of constructor in this game is called a... particle accelerator. Okay, so what does a miner Mark III take? Okay, I can actually make that. And if I overclock it, how much are you currently doing? I'm getting 120 from this guy. And copper's a 1-to-1 ratio, right? Yes, it is. So, let's see what a Mark III miner can do. and if I can put a splitter right on it or not. I'm going to do 2 of these. I'm going to deconstruct this. I'm going to get rid of this. Can never escape the spiders. Man, I wish I could. Giant alien spiders, no joke, man. Alright, miner Mark III. And how much does this do? 480. So, 6. Can I put a splitter right on you? I wish I could. Doesn't look like I can. Okay. A mark belt, a mark whatever belt this is let me get rid of this copper on me though. A Mark V belt is 780 a minute. This one only needed 120. Okay, I can actually split this off and get the 600 copper a minute I need from this Mark III miner. Perfect. This works out perfectly. I just have to make a big smelting station of, 600 a minute. So a splitter. Alright, so let's make a smelting station like right on the back of this guy right here. Okay. But I will say learning to sing is like anything else. People want shortcuts to it. There are no shortcuts. It takes time and lots of practice. If you want to get something better at something, the answer is almost always the same: practice. The reason I'm so good at FTL, I play frickin' whatever, how many hours a week, and I'm however many hours into it. It's just, it's all there is to it. You just have to do it a lot. There are no shortcuts for getting good at something. Unless somebody knows something I don't know. But for everything I've ever had to learn, it's always just practice. What's that old adage? How do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. I've sang in Carnegie Hall. I even did a solo there. It's part of a choral thing, so nothing crazy cool, but...
I strongly advise you to harvest this specimen.
Where? Why? Who? Okay, Mercer Sphere, I see you. Don't they say it says 10,000 hours to master something? Yeah, I've heard people say stuff like that, yeah.
Harvest it.
That seems like a lot of hours to me because I don't know if there's been any game that I've actually played that many hours, but have I sung that many hours? I don't know. Oh, jeez. Frickin' autosave. Yeah. Okay, so 600 a minute. Each of these do 30. 600 divided by 30. 20. I need 20 smelters here. I could probably do something other than smelters, but I actually think this is just going to be easier. Faster to set up. So 20. So I'll do like 2 rows of 10 probably. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 10. Okay, copper. Copy. Paste. 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 Was Carnegie Hall nice or like old and beat up? It was a nice performance space. I don't know that I would say it was the best hall I've ever sang in. I will say that the ensemble I sang with was not the best ensemble I ever sang with, because the way you sing at Carnegie Hall now is you pay to do it. There's a thing called American something that like basically Carnegie Hall has rented it out to musical ensembles who want to perform there, and so you're basically paying to do it. I didn't pay because I was part of the ensemble and I was teaching at the place that did it, but it was I need more copper wire and stuff to make 10 more of these things. But it was a good space. Let me see, 10 of smelters. Yeah, I need wires and rods to go get that. Probably the nicest space I've ever performed in. There was a cathedral in Vienna that was amazing. It was like St. Peter or something. I forget what it's called. You know, those old, you know, at least for a cappella choral singing, there's very little that beats those old cathedrals. Just complete stone. The acoustics are incredible. Things just, you know, resonate for days. It's kind of hard to beat those for choral singing. This flowers. Let me just get rid of a couple random pieces of junk I have in here. There's a couple halls in Dallas that are really nice that I've sang in. But Carnegie Hall was nice. It's definitely a nice performance space. If I was a part of a better group, it probably would have been more memorable for me. We sang Poulenc's Gloria, and there's a very small tenor solo that I sang for that. Like, very small, like 30 seconds at most. So that's why I say, when I say I sing a solo at Carnegie Hall, I'm not like, now I can brag about this. This is pretty minor, the solo I sang. Let's do this. And I need concrete. Probably some other few things here. But at least it's off my bucket list. I can say I did it. Cables. I'm good on that. I have AI limiters. More belts would be good. And concrete. That was the other thing. Poulenc, such a modernist. What's interesting is my voice teacher in college, his name was Dr. Barry. His doctorate was his doctoral thesis was a study of Poulenc's music. So he always gave me Poulenc stuff to perform. What was I gonna get? Oh yeah, aluminum sheets. So I did a whole set of Poulenc's music for my graduate recital, either my senior or graduate recital. So Bona Journée, I think was the name of it, which sounds more Italian. I didn't even pronounce that French correctly, but it's yeah, kind of. I mean, not modern in today's standards, but in classical music terms, yes, quite modern. Modern for something that's 200 years old or 100 years old or whatever it is. I think it was 1900s that he was writing, I think. Okay, so let's see here. Let's give ourselves space, so something like this. Maybe right here. Let's go like halfway like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, these should all say copper ingots. That should be copper, beautiful. 1930s or so, it sounds about right. But I don't know. I didn't do a doctoral thesis on Poulenc, so I don't. I certainly don't know. All right, so I need to divide this guy into into 20 different things here. So this is going to be interesting. Let's see here. 20 different smelters from this one line, and this will be 600 a minute. So let's figure out how we do this. Let's get splitters going here. Splitter. So I'll line up with the middle guy here. That. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2. And then, so that's 4. So I gotta go 1 split between these two guys, and 1 split between these two guys. And then 1 that will split between those two guys. And the third one will go onto the other side. I'll probably go over for this. Something like this. Like this. There. To there. This I'm going to go over and hopefully have enough space to split that off for the inputs of the other guys. That. 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 There. Trying to think what my favorite stuff to sing was. I always liked singing. Oh. Huh. I have 1 extra guy there. Alright. Just go like this. I always liked singing French impressions, stuff like Debussy and Fauré. Fauré, however you say that. However you're supposed to pronounce that. Those are always my favorite things to sing. That and certain Italian operas like Verdi was good, was fun. Depending on if it was in my range or not. I don't think this is going to be enough space, is it? I need more space for splitters. So, I gotta move you guys over. There. And because I also have to do outputs with mergers on these guys. I think we can do something that'll be. I don't have to make this evenly balanced. The inputs I want balanced. The outputs. We'll see. We'll see. Actually, I think I do want to do. Say merger. I want to do it this way, as close as I can get them here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this guy will join one. I love to sing Gwen Stefani, Holla Back Girl. I actually do. You might be joking, but I did that at karaoke one time with my brother. My brother's like, why are you singing this song? It's like, have you not heard the cool rhythmic stuff that is in this song? Few times been on that good, you don't know, say no, holla back girl. I love that song. I think that's such a fun song. That's I need merger. I've loved Gwen Stefani since, well, her music. She's also very attractive, but I've loved her music since she was No Doubt back in the 90s. I've always been a Gwen Stefani fan. I think she's awesome. Damn it. Merger, not splitter. Merger. That's the one. This factory is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Factory is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Okay, and merger. This way. Can I go like this to that? Oh, that would be cool if I could do that. Merger. I've never done this. Let me see if this works. Oh, that works. Oh, that's cool. Then I can have this guy go up to there. That's cool. I've never stacked mergers on top of each other like that. That is really cool. All right, now this guy needs to come to a splitter over here. Splitter. Right there. All right, we can split that to the 20 guys, which if I go on this row, that should work. Right here. Smelter. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Everyone loves Gwen. That's right. Everyone loves Gwen. Who doesn't love Gwen Stefani? If you do not love Gwen Stefani, something wrong with you. Okay, no, there's not. Everybody likes their own stuff, but still. If you don't love Gwen Stefani, you must be a hollow back girl. Whatever that means. I think that's some high school sexual thing or something. I don't know. A splitter. 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then I'll do one more splitter here. This. So we go like that, like that, and like that. You go to there and to there. I think that song is basically about "I ain't no hoe," I think is what that's saying. I shouldn't even say those words. I don't talk like that. Or hang out with people who talk like that. But I think that's what that song's about. Good song, though. Okay. Merger. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then that'll be another merger. Okay. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and that's 3. So these guys will merge, and then one more merger. So right in front of this guy. This. Merger over here. That. And then the output will merge from this guy and this guy. So merger over here. So that. And that. And that should be 600 copper a minute. We can bring up probably that ramp right there. So I'm going to start plugging all these guys in. What are we setting up now? Our final build. We are setting up copper dust or copper something that's needed for nuclear pasta, I believe. You see at the top of the screen, objective 4, phase 4. You can see that a couple of those things have already been built. We are starting that. The nuclear pasta last one needs 600 copper a minute for copper dust or something. For the frames for those things, I think. And after we get this, it's just a waiting game, so I have a plan for what to work on during our waiting game. And it involves lots of trains. Lots and lots of trains. And here, it might not be something I actually use, but it's going to be kind of like making something that looks cool and hopefully will give me an idea of how to build things in the future if I do a future run of Satisfactory. Alright, after I plug all these in, I want to make sure there's copper coming out of every single one of these guys. There's not copper coming out of these guys. Oh, I missed a splitter, didn't I? Missed a splitter right there. Okay. Now, how much copper a minute are you doing over here? Oh, I didn't overclock you. Okay, that is too much. 720. Is that what my belt can carry? 780. Let's go all the way up to 780. I was hoping I could put a splitter right on the front of a Miner Mark III. That would actually let me move copper out faster. Like, this Miner Mark III can mine more than your belts can carry per minute, which seems like a weird choice. But I was hoping if I put a splitter, we could work around that and actually get the max amount that you can mine, but it doesn't look like you can do that. While we are waiting, we can slaughter spiders. That would be a lot of hours of spider slaughtering. I think I calculated earlier, it's like 33 hours for all these things to be built. Which, if I do 6 hours a stream, it's a little over 5 streams. So, I don't know if we're going to do that. Alright, there we go. I see copper on the outputs of all these guys. Let me just make sure. Yes. Copper over here. Okay, good. And autosave. Okay. Okay. Alright. And so the output is here, and we're going up the ramp. Going up to there. I think that's where I want to go with this. Let me check and make sure. Pretty sure that will go about where I want it to go. Can you reach from there over to up there? I think you might be able to. How can I get up there? I have power over here, so maybe if I do this, maybe I can get up there. Uh-oh. Oh, bugs. Bugs while flying. Do I have any nukes on me? I think I ran out of nukes. No, I have more nukes. Die, bugs. Oh, there's more over here. I get him. Speaking of nuking things. Oh, I didn't get that guy. Did I get that guy, though? The mushroom cloud was covering it. I'm not sure. Okay. I don't know how that one didn't kill that guy. Surely that got him. Nuking mosquitoes. That's basically what we're doing here. Totally nothing overkill about that, right? It's not spiders, but I'm nuking something. Hopefully that's, you know, kind of what you were hoping for. Yes, this does reach. Barely, but it reaches. Okay. And what I'm going to do is have this climb up this way. Playing with nukes is fun. I'll give you that. It is fun. Fun with nuclear explosions. Not something you could do in real life right there. At least, not that I know of a way to have fun with nuclear explosions in real life. I don't know. Okay, where's this going? This is going. Come on, come on, right? Jeez, I swear. These things are so annoying. There. We're going to the back side of that. Okay, so. With that nukes, you can't win a war. It's true. Unless your war is with something not very impressive. Those nukes aren't all that scary. They're basically grenades, slightly more powerful grenades, with a smaller explosion radius than I would expect of a, you know, nuclear explosion. There. I'm gonna bring this across over here. Underneath. And bring it to the end of that over there. I still hear the creepy crawlies, and I still don't see what's making the creepy crawly sound. It's driving me crazy. I hear it. I hear it all around me. And I have no idea what's making that sound. Okay. I need to get up. And I don't have power, so I need to do this. Okay, so yeah, it needs to go up to there. This. Over this way. This. Do that. And I believe that should start building what it needs to build, actually, since I powered everything. Copper powder, not dust, powder. Oh, I needed a splitter here, though. So let me do this. 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 Two. I swear, I always choose the wrong direction the first time. It never fails. Splitter. This direction, please. Thank you. Just read my mind, video game. Gosh. Let me get copper out of my inventory, though. Okay. Okay. You like tiny nuclear bombs. So much more personal when you care enough to bomb the very best. Okay. Alright. Alright, that looks like that's gonna get enough copper, I hope. I might actually need to go check to make sure on that. But, there we go. Nuclear dust. Pasta. They're making yet? Oh, these don't make very quickly, do they? 50 a minute, it's 100 a minute. Once this starts, this will be good. Let me look at my power once this thing turns on. Whew, we are getting to the very max. Well, the blue line is, I think, what the maximum with this thing being on would be. So I want to see this thing in action, actually. I assume it's the same animation as the other thing, but you guys are running at 100%, I hope. 87 should be going up. You're running at 100%, good. I want to just watch and make sure this thing's going to start doing its thing. Start doing its thing. 100 a minute. What does each thing do? It gives 30 into 5. Okay. So each one of these is 10. Both machines is 10. Alright, so 3 more. I want to see this thing kick into motion, make sure it's working. Make sure this thing is working. I hear this thing working. Ah, there it goes. It's accelerating particles. Yeah, so that takes a long time. Wow, so that's interesting. The power goes up. I wonder if it goes up continuously until it hits the 1500, or if it's, I don't know how that all works. That stays lit up, and then this one lights up. Just expand the middle of the particle accelerator. I'm sure nothing could go wrong with this. Alright, that's gonna take a while. Looks like it is just spinning up to that amount. I should actually see my power usage spike up some. It's not too bad. Uh-oh, my power went down for a second I don't like to see that, but it's fine. All right, let me just go make sure that this copper is going to be enough to support this. Because currently it's backed up, which means I think it's going to be fine. But I just got to make sure. Got to make sure that this is not going to be the thing that slows us down. And if that's good, now it's just waiting. It's just waiting. So we're going to work on a project to give us something to do while we wait for all that. He opened up just in time to get blasted. Alright, this looks... Copper's backed up. Okay, this looks like this should all run at full tilt. 600 a minute, but it's all backed up. And that's because this is backed up. But we have the max belts. So the only thing that should be slowing this down is the speed of us using it. So very nice. Alright. So up there at complete phase 4, I see we have 1 of 1,000. So we only have to do that 999 more times, and that'll be a GG. But since that's going to take a while, I'm going to work on a project. I want to finish this on stream, and I don't want to just sit AFK off stream waiting for this all to be done. So while we're just waiting for all that to be done, we're going to work on something based off on what I kind of experimented with last stream, and that is a more extensive train setup. Basically what I want to do is I want to see what would happen if I were to plan from the beginning on my next playthrough a train build where I have like a train that goes around and collects the different resources, and we have a centralized place where it brings them all, and then how I would go about using that. So this start of a train station, I want to see how we'd go about fleshing it out and building it. I'm going to show, I don't think the person who linked it is here right now. I'm going to go to Twitter real quick. 1 second while I do this. I want to show something that was tweeted at me. I'm learning to use Twitter, everybody. I'm learning. Stellaris Ignis linked this. This is Stellaris Ignis train station, which is awesome. Look at this thing. And it looks like, I think I see limestone. Yeah, limestone 4. Like this is a train station built around a centralized place to bring all of the materials. And I want to build something like that, or at least make the start of something like that, because I think that's freaking cool. And I would like to do something similar on potentially a future playthrough. So I want to make a model, something I can come back and look at later as a plan, something I can plan out. So if I were to do this, this would be, I would probably start, we need to have the, have it start here, maybe end, and be expandable that direction. So if we were to, say, plan out a train station where each one of these stations is where iron is dropped off, then copper, then et cetera, et cetera. So this first station would be iron, So let's rename this Iron Station 1. And how many trains would I want to have on this, or how many freight cars? Probably something like, I don't know, plan for having 4 per, maybe, to start. So it's got a freight unload thing. It's a freight platform. So there's 1, there's 2. 3 and 4. Alright, I'm gonna need a lot of materials for this. What's crazy about building planning out and building a station this large is the amount of materials you would need just to build it. Makes me feel like you'd have to be pretty far into the run to even plan out something like that. I actually want to check each of these items to make sure that they're backed up. The things that we're making. The thing that would be the least likely to be having enough is turbo motors. Okay, good. Turbo motors and batteries. Those are the most recent things we built. And we do have a surplus of those. That's what I like to see. Alright, so what do I need? Let me sort this. If I want to make a crazy amount of train stations, transportation, freight platforms. Let me see what it takes for these guys. One of each. Lots of heavy modular frames and motors. That's what I need. You thought the idea of having a modular train station like that would be to have less overall freight stations with more active trains running. Well, let's see. Are you talking about looking at something like this? Let's get a better view. The idea is having a modular train station would be to have less overall freight stations, but more active trains running. I don't actually understand your question. Like, my thought is, like, I was trying to think about this last night as I was going to bed. I was thinking, if I were to work on a train station, what would be my goal with this? Because Stellaris Ignis was saying their build is they have separate factories all building a single item, like iron plates, and then one all the way up to turbo motors. And I think the way Stellaris is supplying the raw materials for those is by trains. So if you were planning on supplying raw materials, you would have trains gathering materials, bringing them to a centralized place, and then from that centralized place, you'd send it out to those modular factories, right? So I think you need a centralized place so that you have all your raw materials gathered, then you can distribute them, right? You're thinking only have like 2 freight stations having 3 trains delivering to them. Or is it more like 1 train per item station? The way I was thinking of it is each train is 1 item. So like my thought process is let me grab the modular frames. Is it heavy modular frames? Heavy modular frames. And I'll kind of explain out what I thought in my brain. I don't know if what I thought in my brain is any good. Anything else I need? Computers and cables. Let's go ahead and get 1 more stack of each of those. This is something you have to plan out super. My strength is not in pre-planning, so my thoughts might not make sense. It might not work, but that's part of the reason I'm doing this. I want to crystallize and experiment and see what would be possible and what I think would be a workable plan for a potential future build. So my thought process would be, did I not rename this? I thought I renamed it. Iron 1. That I would have a train that drops off multiple loads of iron. Basically, this 1 train would go out to maybe multiple places where I'm smelting or refining iron, gather it all, bring it here, and we'd take it out maybe up to another level where we sort stuff and send it out where it needs to go. But each train is doing that. This train's doing iron, this train's doing copper, this train's doing steel, all that kind of stuff. That way, I feel like if you have 1 train, I guess you could have 1 train going around picking up from places, kind of like my other train is, where it's like 1 car for iron, 1 car for copper, 1 car for steel. I feel like if I'm doing it something like this that's more extensive, I feel like I would want to have each car or each train specialized so that it gives you more throughput. You know, if I have one train dedicated to iron, I'm going to be able to move a lot more iron per minute. Hey, Stellaris, I was just talking about you, showing off your train build that you linked to me on Twitter. This factory is huge. My factory, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. I feel like I'm going to want to do a different build in the future. The whole modular idea is intriguing to me that Stellaris is doing. So, if you see at the top right of my screen, you all can see it. We are slowly working towards phase 4, very inefficiently. But I'm going to let that just run while I play with stuff for the next couple of streams. And that thing I want to play with is trains. So, this would be... Let me get the 3x3 input here. So it would be 1, 2, 3, and it would be 1, 2, 3, and then we make the shortest thing possible from that. We can add on to the next guy. Real estate is very cheap here. It's true. What we don't have to worry about is running out of space, which is nice. So I'm building a mock-up that I might actually put into motion. Because I calculated earlier, what did I say? We need to make 1,000 of those things, and it makes 0.5 a minute. So that's 2,000 minutes. 2,000 divided by 60. Yeah, like 33 hours. About 33 hours before all that's going to get done. So we have time to just play with stuff. This is not a train station. We want a freight platform. That side. So that's 2, 3, and 4. So this would be 4 freight cars per train. And this guy would be copper. Lang John, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. This would be copper station 1. Okay. Can you rant for a minute? Sure. If it's not, you know, racist. What are you ranting about? I guess I should clarify. What are you ranting about? Before I say you're allowed to do that. You've been expanding the trains like crazy at the moment. Nice, I figured out the rule of 3 for tracks. Well, I mean, we experimented with a little that last time, and people have told us about it a couple times. So, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. In your playthrough, you're doing something similar with ore trains instead of ingot trains, but you quit because you got overloaded. Yeah, I feel like this is something that can get very overwhelming, for sure. However, if you go into it planning how you want to do it, I feel like projects this big, the way you do not get overwhelmed by them is you plan it. And that is one of my weaknesses, is planning. So this is what I'm doing. I am planning a station out so that future Rand, who knows when future Rand will need this, but I have a feeling I'm going to do another playthrough in the future where this is the way I plan my late game factory setup. Because when we finish phase 4, I'm pretty sure we have finished the content of the current Satisfactory game available. Doesn't mean we have to stop playing, but I don't have anything major to work towards automation-wise. But we could figure out what kind of train build we want to do in the future. And that sounds like something I would like to do. So, iron, copper. What's the next thing in the tier? I'd actually want to do this in order. What's the tier list of items? It's not steel next, is it? Iron, copper, Caterium would be next. Maybe concrete, actually. Concrete would probably be next. So this would be concrete station 1. Caterium, steel, and concrete, yeah. Someone on your friends list scanned the Discord scam QR code. You're now having to make sure he does all the shiznit to warn everyone and try to fix it. Someone on your friends list scanned the Discord scam QR code. I don't even know what that is. Are they saying you're a scammer or something? I don't. Or oh, you're saying that's 1, 2, 3. They scanned a QR code that is a scam. And you're trying to fix it. So basically, somebody clicked on a spam email, and now you have to fix it. I didn't know that there was a Discord QR scam. There's scams out there, so today I learned. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pretty much you get invited to Discord server. Bot asks you to verify you're human, making you scan a QR code which grabs your Discord token. Okay. Yeah, thanks for the warning. That is definitely vent-worthy. You should vent that human. But also, I mean for venting about something. So that is definitely worth venting about. That sucks, man. That sucks, my friend. Step 1, don't join random servers. Yeah. I actually kind of don't join that many Discord servers because I don't participate even in my own Discord as much as I should. Because it's a very social thing, and I'm surprised Discord servers are as active as they are, considering the people who use Discord most are probably antisocial gamers, but that might be a generalization. Right, this is a big station, so I'm gonna just be making giant platforms for a while here. But the only Discord things I joined are ones about like video games I'm interested in. So, yikes. Step 2: throw every link anyone sends you into Google. Google is better at reading than us. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is use up all my concrete here. Then go grab some more. But wow, that's pretty crazy. Thank you for the warning about the scam. Now I know. Be careful about Discord servers to join. I'm going to cut down these trees and then go get more concrete. Trees, make way for progress. Progress time. Gamers are kind of social. Look at all the nerds hanging out with us right now. True, but it's like a remote kind of sociability, socialness, sociality. I don't know what the noun is for that. I'm going to talk to you, but only over the safety of the internet and not actually interacting with you in real life. Because I don't know if you'll scam me. You use a server for your friends and follow servers that are devs for games you play. Nice. I should do that. There are a couple Discord servers, like Shogi's Discord. I'm on more than my own Discord. But I just don't get on Discord that much, as Pieboy can attest. Pieboy is on my Discord more than I am, you know, changing people's names and posting goofy things, and the people who use it for FTL modded stuff. Alright, take all. I need more space for concrete for all this. What can I get rid of right now? AI limiters and supercomputers. Let me just throw them over here. Hey, what's up, Dapper Rich? How you doing? Okay, extra those guys and those guys. Those guys. I'm using computers, so don't throw those away right now. Okay, that's and maybe those guys. Okay, and fill the rest up with concrete. Take all. For those who are wondering what we're working on right now, this right here, this mess of spaghetti is a temporary build, building all the phase 4 items for the space elevator. That's the last milestone we need to reach to finish all the content available in Satisfactory. And in the meantime, we're working on a train build. We're playing with trains, my friends. Fun with trains. Get rid of the biowood. I thought I did. Oh, you mean the biofuel? Yeah, I could take it out of my inventory. I like having one stack of every item. Because if I end up going out randomly to explore or find a random hard drive that I need power for, solid biofuel is the quickest, easiest thing to just chunk down some biogenerators and throw biofuel in them. I love Zoot mode. Have I mentioned lately how much I love Zoot mode? Zoot mode, you are the best, and I love you. I love you long time, Zoot mode. Alright, we have a nice big clear area to work with here. That's awesome. Let's see. He's often ahead of trends too. You heard about this 1 month ago, but now it's the first time you encountered someone falling for it. Oh, your friend who got caught by this? Right, how am I spacing these out is the next question. How much am I spacing these? I don't know if I have like an exact... I actually might want to adjust this. You know what? I'm going to immediately change my mind how I'm going to set this up. I'm going to deconstruct these guys. I'm going to immediately change this. Do I have enough room in my inventory? I think so. So what I want to do is... Okay. I have an idea. If I'm going to build it out this way, I'm going to put the inputs and outputs on this right side. I'm going to put a vertical loader, and that's going to be the way I judge how I space it. So let me change this freight platform to be 4. On that side, I put a vertical... The plan would be have the materials coming out, going up somewhere, and maybe even, can I plug a splitter into this? No, I can't. Maybe have it turn out, let's see here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That. So this is my spacing. So now I would place my next station where that does not overlap. Get rid of that and that. Carry 1 stack of biofuel at all times. You've been stuck in trees and it would suck to be without a saw. Yeah, the saw, like, yeah, I just cut down that tree earlier. If I didn't have biofuel, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So there you go. There's the reasoning behind it. Okay. So if I do control, that's too close. And this guy's actually going to be in the way. So let me move that guy. That guy. Okay, there's stuff on the ground. That's fine. So train station. Let me see. Yellow, where does it turn purple? It turns purple right there. So to give myself a little extra space, I would put it right in the middle here so it's lined up. And then where does it line up? In the middle of here. That guy. So middle. Here and here. Does that line up? That is Perfect. Beautiful. And this would be copper 1. Copper station 1. Very cool. And that gives space in between, the space between. And actually, I wonder if I could mirror this guy right here. Where's the output? Output is this guy right here. Can I mirror you? 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, that looks good. That looks really good. So, they're right next to each other. That's the output, yeah, right? Yeah. Very schmexy. That looks really good, I feel like. And then each one would mirror each other following this. So this would be... These are inputs. So if I ever ship things into here, they would go from above, and that should be doable. I like that a lot. I like that. I think that would look really good. So freight platformers 1, this will be 2. Encroaching others clearance, probably this guy. Come on, there it is. 2. 3. 4. Get rid of that. And we'd want to, I want to flip all of these guys around. Let me do that real quick. That. That. And that. And so this would be a bunch of vertical lifts, flinging stuff up to the next floor. I like it. I like it. Now let's fix the track here. And now we'll have a model for how all the rest of them line up. So I'm going to like set those up. Autosave. Schmexy. It's a good word, schmexy. How schmexy it is. 1, 2, 3. Middle of the thing. 2, and... I'm running into a track. No. Oh, come on, man. It's right there. There. Come on, turn. I know you can work. I don't know where I need to look. Okay, it's on this side. There it is. Okay. There we go. So, iron station. Copper station. Next would be concrete was the one we were going to do next. Take all. And let me figure out how this lines up. This. This. How did I do it before? I did, God, whatever the sound is, something underneath is just driving me crazy. This one actually could be right next to this guy. Because I don't need the space between. But I kind of want to keep it exactly the same space between. Is that Dave Matthews Band music, or song that I keep thinking of? Space between. So that direction, but I want it. Let's see, where do I want it? I think I want it here. Sounds like a little Spidey. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. I feel like it's an invisible spider. Because I keep hearing it and I haven't seen a spider in forever. I think that's perfect, actually. Lined up along there. Half a block away. Very nice. This would be concrete station 1. Okay. Alright, and then the freight would be to the right so that it mirrors the next station over. So that guy right there. Whoops. That's 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then the guy coming in would be 1, 2, 3. It's halfway between 1, 2, 3. Right there. That looks frickin' sweet, man. Frickin' sweet. Really hate whenever you hear that noise just at your base. Yeah, that's kind of driving me a little crazy actually that I'm just hearing it all the time. All right, and then the out. Let's have the train outs from here. If I get rid of these block signals, I'll replace those as I get all this set up. Too sharp a turn, so I think I'm gonna need to change these sections out here. Okay, so that's correct. That one's that perfect 3x3. So now we do sections as short as they'll go. So we have snap points for the finicky railways. Which is probably what I already had, but... I just had to choose to build my railroad station right on top of weird buggy spider things. I see no spiders. I don't know why I'm hearing their sounds. I kind of want to turn off creature noises if that's a thing. I don't know if that's a thing that I can do. Okay, so can't do it there. Ah. And there. Okay, there. Actually, is that perfect? I'm not sure if that's perfect. I wonder if I should actually make the 3x3 out before trying to plug this in, rather than make it a long straightaway. Yeah, you know what? I think that is the way you have to do it. Okay, so I shouldn't have done all these small sections, damn it. Yeah, I did this wrong. I need to do the outputs and then line the straightaway after I do the outputs or whatever. That's the way to do this. All those at the same time. So that would be output guy, 3x3, and then connect them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it'd be like that. And then same thing here. 1, 2, 3. And then so like we would go this first one, the first one in a row, I can kind of just leave how it is. This I have to go the shortest thing possible from there, and then this should be able to connect right here, I think.
Subscribing.
I saw a purple one. I saw a purple one. Where is it?
Thanks for subscribing to the channel.
Hey, Director Matthew, for the 5 months. Thank you for the subage, my friend. That's awesome. Okay, let me place a couple more. Gotta head to work, have my Prime sub, and enjoy my building. I will, my friend. I will. It's good to see you again. Hope you have a good day at work. Okay. There it was. There it is. There it is. There we go. Delicious. Beautiful. I feel like these arrows are on the wrong side of the track, though. I feel like it should be showing on the other side, but if we... Do I need to place a train on this for it to know which direction it's going? Maybe it can go either direction. I don't know. But okay, so let's place a couple more, and then we'll put a train and do like a practice loop and see if it works. So this is concrete. Let's do like 2 more. Let's do Caterium and steel. Those would be the next 2 things, I think. Let me actually build a craft bench again to check materials. Yeah, so iron, copper, then concrete, Caterium and steel. There's something in there before that. Maybe quartz crystal. Raw material wise, I'm talking. Maybe coal, actually. Coal. Where's that? Because you need coal for steel. So it's probably Caterium and then coal and steel, maybe. So let's do Caterium next. And then we'll do coal and steel after that. Alright, so this guy would be... right there. And it's centered right here, I think. Is that correct? That looks exactly right. Oh man, I'm getting good at this. Lol. Okay, so this was, what did I say? Caterium. Caterium Station 1. You have limestone, iron, copper, Caterium, quartz, sulfur, coal, and bauxite. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the on-site smelting. You never use limestone as just limestone. You always use as concrete. So that's why I have planned just shipping it as in its concrete form, I think. I don't think there's a single thing that you need just limestone for. I'm going to ship it instead of as limestone. I'm just going to ship it as concrete. Sadly, quartz is not the same. I wish I could just ship it as silica, but you need quartz to turn into quartz crystal and silica and maybe one other thing. Can't remember. But unless I'm wrong or unless they change something. 1, 2, 3. You always... 1, 2, 3. I can't think of a reason why to ship it as limestone instead of as concrete. Okay, so that's good. That looks good. Then we do the out. You're shipping limestone because you plan to have a very large concrete factory with the builds you have in mind. Oh, that makes sense. You're planning to have a specific large concrete factory itself. Makes sense. 1, 2, 3. And then we do a very short that. And then I never know which side of the track I have to look at for this to snap where I want it. There it is. Okay. Alright, very good. And then one more, and then we're going to make a loop and put one train on each of these guys and see if I can put the signals to make it work. To see if this thing will work in action. So there, so it actually should be right. Here? That doesn't seem right. Is that right? No, that was the old way. That was the old way. And out with the old ways, in with the new. So I think it's here. That is correct. Okay, so Caterium. So this one would be, we'll do coal and then we'll do steel. Although, honestly, maybe I wouldn't want to ship steel. If I'm bringing the coal in, Maybe I'd want to do the steel here. I don't know. We'll do coal for now, and then I'll have to decide if I'd make... That would probably be something I'd decide when I actually flesh out this build. Since coal plus iron becomes steel, maybe I wouldn't even want to on-site steel production. I don't know. Even if it is a little overkill. Sounds like a lot of what you're doing is overkill, but you know what? The best kind of kill is overkill. If you're not going to overkill it, why are you even killing it? The best kind of kill is overkill. That's 2. That's 3. That is 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Plug this guy over into right there. Very nice. Yeah, you're right. Freight is the wrong direction. Damn it. That one was right, but it swapped on me. I swear sometimes it swaps for no reason. I swear splitters do that sometimes too. Okay, hopefully that still connects to the train track, because it's the tracks didn't change at all. Yep. Thank you, Zombie Shop. Appreciate that. Keep me honest, and I don't know how you recognize these things so well. Alright, so... middle guy will be... 1, 2, 3. Call a Hawkeye Zombie Shop. Hawkeye McGraw over here. There. There it is. Okay. You are OCD about attention to detail. Nice. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little loop. I want to see if I put sections of railway if trains will run if I tell them to go from... I'll have to put like a fake other station out here somewhere. So let me go. It'll be like a fake pickup station for all these trains, and I want to see if they'll all, you know, wait their turn with signals and all that kind of stuff. My spaghetti conveyor belt's actually physically paying you? Sorry. I understand. And I'm sorry, but I'm not fixing it. But I understand. Do you play this game? Because if you do, man, you must take forever to build anything if you don't allow for any spaghetti. I was doing so well when I got the itis. Oh, the senioritis. It's true. That's true. I did get the senioritis. Let's go 1 and 2. It's true. I did well until then. Although I will say, even before then, I had some pretty bad spaghetti. Don't pretend that I didn't have already some spaghetti. It was not all sunshines and rainbows and non-spaghetti organization. That's just sadly not me. You own it, but you haven't dared play it yet? There are probably people out there who don't spaghetti their game at all. But there's also people out there who are like Hollow and are insanely good at FTL, and I'll never be the same as them. I've accepted that about myself. 1, 2, 3. Can't say I like that about myself, but I've accepted that about myself. You refuse to play Factory or Dyson Sphere program? You refuse? Why? They're good games. Oh, there's a bit of a curve to this. You won Satisfactory from a giveaway, and you're obsessed with it now. Scared of your own obsession, so you haven't started it yet? Okay, nice. Okay, let's have... I feel like I'm at least going to want a little bit of room. This is going to be a weird, not straight thing, but that's okay, because this is a fake thing. Let's actually have 2 stations on this. Let's do a station... Okay, I'm out of materials. Let's go grab cable and concrete. Yes, temporary train station. What is truly temporary, the station I feel like is actually not going to be temporary. I'm going to leave this here. This is a example of a future build I want to do. Well, that's a cool thing to autosave, right as all that's being all shiny and cool looking. I want to keep this as an example, and I might even put it into motion because I have a lot of time to kill as we wait for this Phase 4 stuff to be done, so... 1, 2, 3. And what else do I need? I got plenty of motors, computers. Could probably use a little more steel, but let me just do this and that. It's a game you would never expect to like, yet here you are. You're holding out hope that Satisfactory will add gamepad controls. You want that lean back couch time. Interesting. There's probably a way to make this game have that kind of controls. That probably would make sense and be doable. Alright, so I'm going to put a station here. And we're going to have 2 stations. This is going to mimic... I'll probably tell 2 of these guys that they need to go to one station and 3 of them to another. Maybe I do 3, like, fake stations here. Does that work? Can I just put that on the track? I have a feeling that doesn't work, actually. I have a feeling I need to actually do that and then have it connect. Okay. It's like that. So I'm going to do... Actually, let me do this. Let me place one in the middle here as well. Put these stations at least even, then maybe that'll help even out the tracks a little bit. Oops. There. So now these tracks should be straight. There. That guy. To there. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna do a... Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do 5 stations. That way they'll each have their own specific station they stop at. And we'll see. I want to see these trains in action. That's what I want to see. I want to see if these trains... Like... I want to see how the whole signal thing works with a bunch of trains on a single track, because I've just never done that before in any game. I don't think I ever did it in Factorio. I never did it in like any other game of this type. I've just never done this, so I want to see these in action, see if it works. I wonder if I'll need to do something like at each station there's a bypass so it can go around the station. That might be a thing I should do too. No Man's Sky did really well with the gamepad controls. You actually like them better than keyboard plus mouse. You thought it does. You accidentally had your controller plugged in one time and it seemed to work okay. To be honest, you never bother with pathing signals. You mainly use blocks. I'm probably going to use blocks, but I want to see how that works. I just want to see how it works, basically. This is a experiment for me to understand trains. So that's 3. I want to do 2 more. 3, 4, and a little bit more. Apparently you can have trains go through like the terrain. So I think if you can make a track long enough, you can actually go through one of those guys. Okay. All right, so this will be the last one. This is 5. And then what we'll do is we'll name each of these guys where it wants to go. So this is, we have Copper Station 1. Let's make it Copper Smelting 1. So like halfway through so I can put blocks. Because I have a feeling I'm going to have to put a bunch of blocks for these things to make them work. This would be... Nope, that's it's fine. It actually doesn't matter where it is on the thing. Iron Smelting 1. Let's go like halfway through, there and there. We'll say this is Concrete Mexico City. Wow. Concrete Smelting 1, even though you don't smelt concrete. Concrete mixing, maybe I should say. I don't know. Okay, to there. We need, what is it? Caterium. Caterium Smelting 1. Okay, we already set that up. And then this last one will be Coal Mining 1 is what we'll do, since we're not smelting that. Coal Mining 1. They don't clip. You don't like the way it looks, so usually avoid it. Be sure to have your fix-it badge ready at all times. Okay. All right, so now I need to have this loop back around. So we have a closed loop. Really, the way we'd probably have it out in the real world would wherever the station would be near the main track. Wouldn't actually be on the track. It'd be like probably off to the side, and then it would merge with the loop. But we could probably see how this works just with the way we have it set up and see what happens. Have a main train loop. It kind of boggles my mind how like extensively you have to plan. And this is, I feel like, only a mini representation of like railroads in the real world, right? You like the tips when they rename stations? They're funny. Oh, they give... Oh, I don't know if I read that. What does it say? Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. Oh, yeah. Okay, nice. I didn't even notice that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. So that's straight. That is not lined up with the other one, but it should be fine. This is on the middle guy here. Right there. All right, we have ourselves a loop. Now, let me put the trains in each place. No, let's do the block signals. Let's do the block signals first. So if I can see if I can figure out how all this works. So with each of these guys, I want a block signal, I believe. Other direction, that way. Are these changing colors as they do this? Not yet. This. And then this. And then at the end of each of these guys, I believe I would want one. So like right here. And then here. And then here. And then here. All right, I'm starting to see things turn green. That seems like a good sign. And then here. here. And then this guy is here. Here. Oh wow, they're each different colors. Oh, that's cool. And that one already has one. I just need to place the block signal for this guy, like, there. Oh, that's really cool how they change colors and stuff. Screw your block signals. Put the trains on and let's act like 2-year-olds and smash them together. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do this correctly. And so now I want to put a block signal, I think, at just every station. And I think maybe that would work. So that guy. I love how it's just doing different colors. It's so cool. I guess that's differentiating each block as its own complete section or something. There. Trains can derail. It's not that big a deal because all you gotta do is go up to it and press E and it fixes it. But yeah, I want to do this correctly so I know how it works. I like to give Rand bad ideas, then he does them. Nice. Alright, so are all my lights green? Okay, so those guys are yellow flashing. This all looks good except for those two, I think. What about these other guys? Are these other guys, are there flashing guys over here? Okay, I see green lights except for these flashing guys over here. What did I do wrong over here? I put them after this thing? No, that's what we did on the ones before. Why do those ones not look right? If I hit this... I see no color on this guy. This one looks right. I think something... Oh, you think the one at the end of that was backwards. Okay, well, let me try to fix that. Because that looks right. And now it's green. Okay. And that looks right. And that one's not green. But this one's green. Let me replace this guy. So that's green. That guy's green. That guy's green. All of them are working except for this one right here. I wonder if my track itself is not connected correctly. I see a little split there, but do I see that other places? No, maybe it's the actual track. Let me replace this track. This looks like a split that's not connected, honestly. Okay, that looks green. Did this one get messed up by that? Okay, I think we fixed it. Ooh, that looks cool. Are all these guys green? These guys all look green. Let's start putting some trains down. I'm gonna put a single train with a single freight locomotive each one. I don't know if this is all powered. I think actually I'm gonna have to plug all this in. But that plus that. This is cool. I am excited to turn this on and see if it works. I need to build like a high platform to watch all this. Like we're looking at a little mini train set, like a little Christmas train set. I had a guy in my high school. His dad, his hobby was building miniature train sets, and we would go to his house and see his whatever latest miniature train thing going around in his barn or whatever it was set up. It was always crazy cool. Yeah, I think none of it's powered. You're right. No power. So train menu, timetable, This guy's coal station, so it's going to be coal station 1, coal mining 1, save, and turn on self-driving. Okay. So now it knows where it wants to go, but it won't be able to do that until power. And I want to do that for each one of these guys. And then we'll plug it in and look at it. And then it'll be our first break time here. So this is Caterium 1. So Q. Caterium 1. Caterium smelting. Save. Self-driving. Okay. I'm quite excited to see this thing in action, see if it does what I'm trying to make it do. Concrete. So, timetable. Concrete station 1. Concrete smelting 1. Save. Self-driving. I hope I have enough power for all this stuff, honestly. This is a lot of trains. I don't know how much power all these guys take. 25 megawatts per train, it looks like. Timetable. This is copper. Copper station 1. Copper smelting 1. Save. Self-driving. Okay. And then last guy over here. We should do a quick poll on if this will work or if they'll all crash. Somebody in chat knows how to do a poll. You're welcome to do it. I definitely am not the one who does the polls. That's usually like Pieboy or Shogi or somebody. Timetable. Iron 1. Iron smelt. Save. Self-driving. Okay. So, before I plug this in, let me make a ramp to the sky. Because we need to watch this. We need to get a bird's eye view on this guy. Come on. Why won't you... There. Okay, let's go a little bit higher, and then get on a flat surface. Make myself a little observation platform here. Okay. If I go a little bit further out, I think I'll have bird's eye view on this entire thing. We're gonna get the best view possible for this thing. Oh, that's almost perfect. There we go. There we go. We see almost the entire thing. Let's go plug it in, and then we're gonna look at this thing. Have a little GG cookie time. Our first, like, more extensive train build after we plug this in. Whee! Alright, none of these items we built have even gotten to 100. Yeah, this Phase 4 stuff has even got to 100 yet. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug these into a single power line. And then I will have one power line I can plug into. So I can plug it in. That doesn't work. I can't do that, can I? Okay. I have to go this. Let's do a thing in between here. A space between that. And so that one's already plugged in. So between these two guys, that, and that. Okay. And then this last guy. And to that. Okay. Okay, this is gonna look funky, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring two wires up here so I can get on my observation platform before plugging it in. It's gonna look goofy, but I'm gonna do this so I can see it in all its glory from a good vantage point. What's up, Nietzsche? You're here at the perfect time. We just built our most extensive train station testing build yet. We're about to plug it in like a mad scientist and see if it works. Plug it in like a mad scientist. Okay. That guy there. This guy here. We're about to play bumper cars with trains. Yeah. Okay, let's have it go out of here so it's not in my way. Alright, we all ready? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trains, 5 stations for them to go to, all on the same track. We're gonna see what happens. 3, 2, 1. Plug it in. Alright. One train goes. Okay, this is interesting. Looks like the other ones are all waiting. Is that one gonna go once it's a green light? It's not going yet. So he has to wait until that guy clears, and that guy's going, oh, this is so cool. So he's stopping there, pretending to load or unload. Those guys are each waiting their turn. Oh, this is so cool. So far we got 4. We're waiting on one more train, the second one, to pull out of the station. I'm guessing it has something to do with where along the line its output is or whatever. Okay, so it's got a red. Hey, you know what? That one isn't... Is that one never going to go until this guy goes? Okay, looks like we might have something bumping, stopping in the way here. So that one never went. You set more blocks, they don't wait as long? Okay. Why is that guy never gone? I feel like something's going wrong with that guy. So that guy's always going to be stuck there, I think. So this almost worked. It looks like one train messed up all the others or something. I don't think that guy's ever going to go. I think that guy's stuck until he moves. Okay. Let's figure out why this guy never went. Oh. Okay, he'll go up to the next station and then won't be able to go past that. I might have forgotten to path the train. I'm pretty sure I pathed them all, but let's check. Train menu. It's on self-driving. It's trying to go to Copper Station. That's actually where it is right now, right? You're at Copper Station. F to dock. Docking. Are you stuck in docking mode? Let me cancel docking. Turn off. Oh! It's going! It was stuck in docking mode. Okay. Alright, that might ship this all back into high gear, actually. I think it was bugged out in docking mode. Maybe because of where I placed it or something. Now that should free the ones that go. Okay, haha! I think we fixed it. Can you pick what train stops and what station? Yeah, basically the way it's set up is each train is set to go between one station at the home base and one. These 5 stations are simulating stations out in the world where to dock and pick up materials. So this is a simulation of 5 different trains. One is iron, one is copper, one is deuterium, one is coal, and one is concrete. And this is simulating them going out to a station that is mining that thing. They bring it back home. And this is all one loop. It couldn't fix by backing up, so it got stuck docking. You have to have two-way. You have to have two-way to reverse. Okay. Oh, it's going, man. No, it's going. Oh, this is so cool. See, this one over here just docked. It has nothing to load or unload. Once that guy clears the thing, it should go. Yeah, it sounds like if we have more blocks, that helps it move better. That one's going to go through and... Oh, this is so cool. I look like a little kid after he built his first Lego set. How adorable. GG cookie time. I've never had a train station this complex. And even though this isn't actually doing anything constructive, this is proof of concept. Proof that I can build it and a model for how to build it. Trains are epic. This is exactly how you feel with them. I think what I'm going to do, because I have so much time for this Phase 4 stuff to actually get done, is I'm going to make use of this. I'm going to go out, like say, I already have this one big loop on my train down here. If I connect this train to this station, I already have this long loop. I can do a bunch of iron mining over here, set up a station for the iron guy here, and have it start doing its loop. And like use this as a way to send more materials to maybe a factory to supplement some of the building that I'm not doing enough of or something. It's even more satisfying when they make successful loading, unloading, and watching your factories fire out from materials brought in and out. Yeah, that's super cool. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you all watch this. Let me get stuff off my hands. There's a way to sheath. What is it? X? No. Z? C? What's the sheath button? There's a way to get... Somebody told me at some point. I just don't want to have anything in my hand. All right, we'll just have this because it's taking up the least amount of space. You're going to make a sandwich. Okay. Well, real quickly, I'm going to set up Stretchy's restroom. You all can watch this lovely symphony of train movement gorgeousness. And when we come back, we'll figure out what I want to do with these trains. Y'all rock. Be back in just a bit, my friends.